Excel tutorial using complex numbers. How to perform calculations using Excel's IM functions. We'll assume that you're already familiar with Excel, mathematical operations, fill handles, dollar signs, nested if statements, etc. You can look at my Excel tutorial playlist to learn about some of these if you're not familiar. But my previous tutorials deal only with real numbers. But it turns out that Excel can also handle complex numbers. A typical complex variable is z equal x plus iy, where unity imaginary number I is defined as the square root of -1. Sir, when I've tried putting in a square root of a negative number, Excel barfs. Yeah, that's right, Dud. But I'll show you how to deal with that in Excel. Okay. Note that some authors use J instead of I. Mathematical operations, like these, are possible with complex numbers, but they can be a little tricky. Let's open Excel, and I'll demonstrate this. Let's start with a review of real number operations. I highlight cells in yellow that I just type in numbers. For example, here I just typed in 10. If we want z equal x plus y, we just type equal these two cells with a plus sign. And for multiplication, we use the asterisk and parentheses, and we can build up more complicated expressions using the hat for an exponent, and other operations as desired. I use the fill handle to fill in the other two rows. Let's do these same operations with complex variables. My x is now a complex number with 0 as the imaginary part, so it looks just like the 10 up here, but this is now a complex number. I make y a purely imaginary number by equal complex 0 and d8. To generate full complex number z, we use imsum of x and y, which gives us 10 plus 22i. You can also do this by typing equal complex and the real x up here, comma, the real y, and we get the same answer. How do we do this kind of operation? Well, Excel has some im functions. If you type in equal im, Excel gives you a drop-down list that you can pretty much figure out what they are, like imexp, imln. It's the complex versions of the normal operations. And you could scroll down and pick the one you want. It even has trig functions. To do a sum or addition, you find imsum. You can double-click on it or just type it in, and Excel tells you what you're expecting. We put the arguments of this subroutine as the numbers we want to add. Those numbers can be real or complex. For example, 10 and 22, which gives us a real number of 32. Or imsum of complex x, comma, complex y, close parentheses, and we get 10 plus 22i, which is what I did here. For something like this, I use im product of d15, which is hidden under here, it's y. And then this sum is the second argument of im product. So you can nest these as I'm doing here. This entire second argument is x plus y. The im power function is the number you want to raise to a power, which is this cell, which is x plus y. And then we raise that to the second power with the second argument. And we use im sub to subtract x minus that product. You can also use normal addition and multiplication for these real values that are the arguments of complex. Here we create w equal 2x plus y. And I did it a different way here, using imsum and im product, and those are nested. What about square roots? For real numbers, it's just square root with that one argument. Here, the square root of z. For complex numbers, we use imsqrt, and the argument is this complex z. What happens if we change this x to a negative number, say -36? So the complex x, which is actually a real number, is still -36. But the square root of -36 is where Excel barfs, as Dud says. But Excel can do the square root of -36 with the imsqrt function. For some reason, it doesn't give exactly 0 as the real component, but it gives 6i as the imaginary component, which is correct. Rounding off is simple with real numbers. You just say round and then the value, this cell, and how many digits you want. Of course, that doesn't work when Excel gives you this error. With complex numbers, this gets a little tricky. So we use equal complex, and it's expecting a real number here. So I use round, and then imreal of z, which is j15. And I do the same thing with the imaginary part, round imaginary of z. And again, I round off to 5 digits. That gives us a number that looks a little nicer than Excel's default. And notice that we get 6i here, which is the correct answer for the square root of -36. I'll quickly show you some other operations with complex numbers. For example, the real part of w is imreal of w, which is this cell, and the imaginary part of w. And note that this is a real number, so we have to combine the real and imaginary to get the actual z equal complex x, y. And I've highlighted all my complex numbers in green, and real numbers aren't highlighted. The magnitude or modulus of a complex number is imabs. It's like an absolute value. Phase angle is argument of the imaginary number, and I converted that to degrees. I verify these in different ways. The modulus, by definition, is the square root of the real part squared plus the imaginary part squared. So I did that operation on these two cells, and I get the same answer. The phase angle is defined as the arctangent of the imaginary part over the real part in radians, and that gives us the same answer. And again, I converted to degrees. Finally, with complex variables, you can create the complex number as w equal its modulus times e to the I theta, where theta is the phase angle. And this is how you can do that in Excel. Im product of the modulus, this cell, comma, imexp, which is expecting a complex number. So I formed it this way, complex 0, and then our theta. And that gives me w, which agrees with our previous w. In summary, the complex function is used to form a complex number in Excel. For example, if B3 and B4 contain real numbers that represent the real and imaginary components of z, where z is x plus iy, then in another cell, we create the complex number z equal x plus iy by entering equal complex with arguments b3, b4. Unfortunately, we can't do simple mathematical operations like additions or square roots or anything like that in the normal way, like z squared or square root of z, when z is complex. Instead, Excel's im functions must be used. For example, the impower function can be used for z squared, and the imsqrt function for the square root. Even simple addition is, well, complex. We use imsum to add two complex numbers. Fortunately, typing equal im opens up a pop-up list, which is quite useful. So it is possible to manipulate complex numbers in Excel, but you must master these im functions. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos. 1, 2, 3. That's all there is to it.